Alrighty then, folks, we are back with some more SD Gundam G Generations Genesis. So, before we finish up the final episode from Rise from the Ashes, we got some upgrading to do. Which, it's really feeling like we're doing this every other episode. But, there's a reason for that. We're basically, like, done. Like, we're quite literally done up until, like, where are we? Yeah, we haven't done almost any of Missing Links yet. But, like, the only thing we're missing from this is the camper. The only thing we're missing from MSV is the various Akai versions. And, like, we're starting to work on these, which is kind of getting out there, which we won't be able to get that till we actually do the campaign. But yeah, like, we're 306 out of 457, and we're only, like, we have about 30 more stages left in this game, so... Like, sooner or later, I'm just gonna get to the point where I'll be playing it through with whatever units I feel like. Or, like, the strongest things I can think of. So yeah, we can get Donahue, or we can get the Ground Gelgug we saw last time, the Federation F2, White Dingo Cannon, White Dingo GM. I did capture these. I went back and did... God, I don't remember which stage. Was it the last one in Zeonic Front? I think it was the last one in Zeonic Front where I captured a couple of units. Yeah, Full Frontal's Gyaradoga. I honestly didn't know that was a thing. I figured he would have like a Psycho Doga or something, but no, apparently he has one of those. And then the Drossi, which we should have got a while ago, but we hadn't. Yeah, most of them are just variants that we hadn't got before. I'll show off this eventually, we have to get to a space stage. But the Drossi is basically a Zaku 2 without the head or the arms or the legs, because the Delaz fleet was able to reconstruct all the parts to it, but they had a lot of problems with reactors, and it took them up to 3 years to develop a production facility that they could actually build reactors in. But they couldn't build anything good like an Action Zaku or Gelgug or anything like that. They could only build like the Zaku C. So what they did is they cut off the legs, they stuck on boosters, they rebuilt the arms to where they wouldn't require very much energy, and they made like a half-efficient reactor. So they're basically flying coffins. But anyway, can't do anything with the Rhinoceros, even though now the only thing we can get is the Shambalo or the Zommel. But yeah, with Char, we're going to get the Zegok Remnant, so we can go get generic At-Guy variant number 1, which will probably lead into generic At-Guy variant number 2 and 3. You have to get the Gog eventually too, I forgot about that. You also have to get the Zoc. With the Asimer, we have the choice between the Prototype, which... space only. The Hammurabi, which... I mean, like, we could. Or the upgraded version, which I think we're gonna go with. This one apparently works underwater, too, which is cool. We can get the Hammurabi from that anyway. Also the Gabthali. So, yeah, we're gonna go with that one. Just real quick, yeah, it's a generic unit. There's nothing exciting about it. With the Hama Hama, we can go and get the Rosen Zulu. Showed you guys that last episode. I mean, like, why not? And have more people on the Gyaradoga track, I guess. Or Gyarazzulu. With this, I don't remember what... Oh yeah, we're gonna go Gyaradoga with it, and then we're gonna go get the custom version of it, or the Psycho Doga. So I'll say, I don't know what we were gonna do with that one. We could trade it for a Zeku Eanes. Go get like a Zeku Zhuai. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Why not? It's a Titan suit. This is the generic, this is developed by the Neo Descendants in Pezun. This would be the replacement for the Barzam, I think. Basically, it's a heavy armored mass production unit that's like super powerful. It's like stronger than CCA level powerful. But they produced like 40 of them. And they were gonna give them out to the Titans, but then the Titans lost, so the Neo Descendants kind of like cooped up in Pezun. And we're like, what do we do now? Well, now we're gonna fight the entire Federation because we're crazy. And that's how you get the Zeku Eanes. And then the Zeku Zhuai, and then they made a mobile armor version of it. Does that have a different loadout in this one? Oh, it doesn't. In Garen's Greed, it had like 3 loadouts, one of which had a smart gun. And you could just like murder things from across the map with it. It was great. With the sleeves type, we're going to get the Gear Zulu, then the Gear Zulu guard type. And then from there, I don't know. Yeah, we can get the guard type and something else that I'm not sure of. With Johnny Ridden, we're gonna go get the Camphor. And yeah, now we're done with War in the Pocket. I took out Shin and threw in the Nimbus Blue Destiny because we saw it a while ago, but I hadn't done anything with it, so I figured why not? We just had that Blue Destiny 2 lying around. We'll try trading. We'll get it to level 2, try trading it for something. If not, we'll either bring Shin back or we'll throw in Haman and use some other Cubile or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out. With the actual Cubile, though, we had the choice between either waiting for the Queen Mothra or going for the Play 1 or Play 2 Cubile. The Mark IIs, they're exactly the same. They're just painted differently. I think we're going to go with the Play 1, and then we're going to get the Play 2. Then we'll get the Queen Mothra afterwards. Because we're already basically done with the Cubiles as well, as sad as that is. Over here, I took out the Gundam Mark IV for a Nero so we could get the Nouvelle GM. And I took out the Slave Wraith for a Ground Nemo. I will show you the Ground Nemo. I won't develop it just yet, but we had the choice between a Ground GM2, honestly didn't know that was a thing, or a Ground GM3, also didn't know that was a thing. But apparently this is the upgraded version of the Striker, it looks like. And then this one's just a Ground GM2. Like, the GM2 worked in ground and space. Like, what was the point of building the ground version? Besides, you know, making it heavier and taking out the AMBAC system. I guess, like, if they upgraded ground GMs into them, it would make sense. But appearance-wise, they don't appear to be anything different. Yeah, this one just has a bazooka, and that one has a spear. And then from there, we could go level 5, get the spear, and then... I don't think we can get anything from this, can we? That's the one... Yeah, we can only get the GM3, so that's kind of pointless. Yeah, we'll do that later. With the Gundam Mark II, we have the choice between the GM3 or the Barzam. As I said before, Barzam. Because from the Barzam, we can get that, which I'm not sure of, or we can get a Zekuins. Hyzak, maybe? Who knows? From here, we have the choice between the heavy weapons type, the double fin new, or the high new. What I think we're gonna do is we're gonna go the the heavy weapons type, because it's basically like they gave it the main gun of a ship. It's pretty badass. With the double fin funnel, it's a downgrade from where we are now. Like, this is the new Gundam, right? Fins 250, 200, all that jazz. Like, even if we take Amuro off, I think it's still the same thing. Oh no, it's a little bit weaker. Amuro is actually making it more powerful. Anyway, so if we get this, it's basically the exact same thing except for it has 2 wings instead of 1. Or if we get this, we can have the main gun. So I'm kind of more interested in this for now. I'll upgrade it on my own to see if it looks cool. If it does look cool, I'll show it to you guys next episode. But we might just skip this one. And then from there, we'll get the high new. But like, we could go get the high new right now, but like, the only thing the high new leads into is the freaking unicorn. And we don't really need more of those. We already have one sitting around not doing anything. With the Lodo, we can trade it for stuff we already have. So we're gonna go Yagen. And then from the Yagen, we can go to 4 different variants of it, which should be cool. Though this one's apparently a GM3. Which I mean, like, that works. With the Nero, we're gonna go with the Nouvelle GM. The new GM3. I don't know why they called it that, but they did. And then from there, we can go GM3, so that's what we're gonna do. With the Zeta, whoops. Oh, I didn't know that did that. If you click R1, it goes to the capture menu. From the Zeta, we have the choice between the Z2 or the RAGZ. I said Z3 last time. Z3 is that white one that doesn't really do anything besides turn into the Z2. But here's the thing. The Z2 can either go into the whatever that is or the Wave Rider form. Whatever they want to call that one. I forgot what its official name is. And so can the RAGZ. Except for that can also go into probably the RAGZ custom. So we're going to get the RAGZ, and then we'll go and get somebody else into the Z2. We're going to call it the Zeta 2. Here we're getting a Yagen, even though we already have it. We can go separate variant. Like we have one people get like the Semi-Striker, and one go for like the Jesta. Here we're going to go Zeta, because we can go Z2 with this Zeta, and that should work out pretty well. And then we're leaving the Ground Nemo for the time being. Oh, and also we're going to go Psycho Gundam 3. Even though we could go Dice Gundam, I just want to look at this one. Plus we can go Dice Gundam from here. Though I have been asked, so we're going to change out the pilot. We're going to, not scout. Going to go find his ass. I forget where he is. Yeah. I mean, like, all you gotta do is if you want your pilot to do something, just ask. But the thing about the Psycho Gundam 3 is it doesn't transform. So it's infinitely weaker than the other ones, which have horrendous movement. But this one should be interesting. Is the Sword Psychomu in this one? It is not, but anti-air and anti-large, so that should be interesting at least. Yeah. Or not developed, design. And no, there's nothing new. QQ. Sorry, I'm also have a vague cold, so my nose is getting all drippy. But yeah, we just unlocked, like, quite a few more people. But yeah, so in MSV, we need, like, heavy arms. The Black Tri-Star mobile suits, those are easy to get. And then the water variants. You know, the Riloa, the Wagyu, and the Rouleau, I think. We apparently already had the Aga guy. And yeah, we're done with War in the Pocket now, because all we were lacking was the camper. Though we apparently need to get the Dom 2, and the Sniper 2, and the mass production gun cannon. Though I think I'm able to get the Sniper and the gun cannon. We already have everything here. Like, we haven't even done this campaign yet, and we've already unlocked everything. We'll be doing that soonish. Here, we just have to have the various Macross variants, or Macrois. Marchisois? However you pronounce that. A Ground Galgoog, it looks like. The Buster Sword Rick Dom. That one's pretty cool. We combined a Rick Dom 2 with one of these Zakus. I guess I should buy one just so we could get all the variants pretty easy. High Speed Zaku? High Speed Zaku. High Mobility Zaku? High Mobility Zaku. Fritz Helm. Oh. Is that where that's from? Basically, on the Fritz Helm is they got the Zaku 2 Kai, and they shortened the helmet. And they're like, oh, it's a different unit now. It really isn't. The Slave Wraith Ground GM. The GM Cannon, I think? Yeah, it's a heavy arms. And then the Pixie. Oh, so apparently, in 1987, in the MS Encyclopedia, where they first explained the Pixie, like right after the game came out, they said 3 models were made. The second one was going to be sent to Amuro, the first one was sent to the Albatross base, and the third one disappeared. So technically, Missing Link has canon in it, because the third one got stolen, and no one knew it happened to it in 30 years. So technically, it's canon, which is weird. I was wrong on that. Then again, I don't think the original author knew that, and I just think he stuck the Pixie in there for the lulz. But, to each their own. Yeah, we have all that stuff. Zeta. We got the G Defender, the Char Rick Diaz, which is apparently an entirely separate unit in this game. I figured we could just stick Char and a Rick Diaz and it would work out. The 2 Hyzaks, the Hyzak C, maybe? I'm not actually sure which one that is. Anyway, it looks like the Galbaldi B, but the Galbaldi B's down there. Hamrabi, Gabthli, the Bayarlant, the Bowdock. Oh, is it the Balanoke Shinanahan? That's the Palace Athene, the O, and the Gaza. This is Hamon's Gaza. Yeah, Hamon gets one. All she does is paint it white and says it's a different unit, so we just gotta get a Gaza and we can get hers. MSV, we need the Z3 or Z2 and the Nemo 2. Excuse me. Flag of the Titans, we need the Asimer, the Marsai that I can't remember the name to. I think Dandelion? Yeah, the Asimer, the Dandelion. Some variant on the Asimer. Oh, is that the prototype Isaac? I remember they used that in like the first volume, but he doesn't really talk about it besides the main character complaining because it's a Xeon suit. Here we need the Hummingbird, the Zekuines, the it's a Xeon mobile suit, I'm just not sure what is it. Maybe the newest EL2? Then there's the Zodacock. We'll get the Zodacock eventually. Yeah. Is it sad that we've seen most of these units already? I guess is this I think we can actually get that already. The Sturm Diaz, that dog thing that you get from Big Zom, the Quinn Matha. That's probably the other Cubile. Oh, this is the Dwattage Reform, which is the red one with the beam bazooka. Those two junk mobile suits they build. This is probably Yazan's. This one is that other guy's. And then yeah, GM3, Gaza D, Gaza E, and then the Rideau, whatever that thing's called. Yeah. Then we need the Gion Eos, the Zancrello, and the Bigro Mare, I think it's called. One of the Bigro variants. Yep, Rave Rider form, and then Kesses and Guys. Jagadoga? I think that's what it's called, I don't remember. Double fin funnel. Oh, is this the High New? I wouldn't think that would be first. This is the RAGZ custom, which has an AK, so I instantly like it. Is that the Alpha Zero test type thing that I can't remember the name to? It might be. The Gyaradoga custom and the heavy weapons version, maybe? And then, yeah, and then it's only up to Unicorn, and then we're kind of out. Anyway, folks, if you enjoyed the episode, you should like. If you didn't, you should dislike. We have about 30 episodes left in this game, so we'll probably be done by mid-February, and then we could start Super Robot Wars. Should be interesting.